All right. What we're going to do is remember we're working with negative powers of 10. So to write this in scientific notation, they give us a hint on these first couple of problems, but basically I want to make it look like 4.87, right? I want to make it look like this, 4.87. In order to do that, I'm going to move this 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. It tells us that. So that means I'm going to say times 10 to the negative 4. Very good. Why negative 4? Well, don't say move left or right because that's confusing because sometimes it's a decimal is the easier way to remember it's a decimal. It's true in some cases we move left, in some cases we move right, but what's been historically what happens is the kids forget, right? Because if I convert from scientific notation to the actual number, I move left or right. But if I start with a number, then I got to move the opposite direction, and kids get confused when we do the left right stuff. Okay. If it is a decimal, you'll have a negative power of 10. If it's a number larger than 0, a positive number, well, it doesn't have to be positive, it could be negative. If it is not a decimal, that's a better way to say it, then it'll have a positive power of 10 or 0 sometimes, depending on the number. So this one, we're going to move 5 spaces. So I'm going to say 2.8. Let's count to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'd be times 10 to the what? Negative 5. Okay. Any questions on that? This one, I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I got 5.9 times 10 to the what? Negative 5. Let me double check my fancy schmancy teacher book. For this one, I'm going to move 1, 2. So I've got 4.17 times 10 to the negative 2. This one, I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to write 2. Now, for some reason, we like to write 2.0. Sometimes you could write it this way, times 10 to, wait, I lost track. How many times did we move that? 5 times. Times 10 to the negative 5. But you can write this as just 2 times 10 to the negative 5. In fact, I think this is how they have it in the back of the book. We'll talk about this later. This has more to do with significant figures. That's a different concept. But for problem number 6, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I got 1.5 times 10 to the negative 5. Let me double check my fancy book. Yeah, that's right. Are there any questions on that? Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yes, yes, yes. We should put the units, right? So this was centimeters and this was grams. Yeah, Mr. Adams has been a stickler about that. Not only am I a math teacher, but I'm a certified physics teacher. And yeah, we all do. And so it's important if they give you a unit, centimeters, grams, liters, we should label the unit in the problem too. Okay. All right. Any other questions? All right. Let's move on to the next.